Hi there, it's Miriam with Engadget, and this here is the inPulse watch and a Motorola Razr paired with it. This is essentially a computer for your wrist, and it has a Bluetooth radio built in, as well as some other features I'm going to walk you through a little bit. So the first thing is it has a passive OLED display. It's 96 pixels by 128. It's not too bad, despite the fact it's passive. It means the blacks are not going to be quite as black, but it has some pretty nice colors and of course low power consumption. There's a single button right here, and that's how everything is controlled. If you click once, sorry, I clicked twice, but if you click once you see the time. The second time you see the list of all the notifications you received. And then if you click on this list, you can travel the list downwards like this. It only shows as many items as the screen can display. They kind of fall off the end of the cliff as they go down. If you hold your button pressed here, you can sort notifications, either email or missed calls or calendar notifications or text message notifications, and only see those particular ones. Then if you actually go down into an email, for example, I got a YouTube notification here. Let me get to it. If you long press now, you can actually read the email. So here's the subject, here's the email. You can scroll through and read the beginning of that email and get back. So that's basically the functionality that it comes with out of the box. But really that's not what this is mostly about. This comes with an SDK and allows you to write your own code to run on the watch, as well as code to run on a computer or smartphone to connect to the watch. So the way this works with a phone is that basically you have an app running on here. Let me show it to you. It's called inPulse, and that's what it looks like. And as you can see, it's connected right now. There's also a little notification icon up here. Let me just show you that a little closer. You can see the notification icon here on the top, and the fact that it's connected. I can also disconnect. And actually, if I show you the time on the watch, you can see that it's now disconnected here. There's a little icon that says disconnected on the watch. And I can connect again by tapping again. You see this icon is going to turn as soon as it connects. There you go, it's connected. Now the other thing I can do is I can change the appearance of the watch. Let me just show you that. For example, I can go to a 24-hour clock, and as you can see, the little Bluetooth logo lights up, meaning it's sending information to the watch, and now it's in 24-hour. Now it's in normal AM PM. I can change the font for the date, for example. Here's a different font. So you can see it's changed, and I'm going to change it back to the one that I like, which is this grotesque font. And I can change the color. Let's see, where is that? It's also in here. So I had pink, I believe. It's my color of choice there. And then of course, same thing with the clock font. You can change it to some funky thing like this. And as you can see, of course, the color got reset. Let me actually change the color back to the one I like, and the font to the one I like, which is this one. And there you go. So beyond appearance, you can also change which notifications you get. The other thing that's kind of cool is the inPulse App Store. So there's a default app installed here, which is this notification app that I just showed you. But you can actually upload a whole bunch of other apps, including some really cool watch faces. For example, there's a Nixie clock here that's really quite nice. See if I can find it. And so presumably they'll probably monetize this at some point. Here's the Nixie tube clock. So I'm going to download this. This is going to take a moment, so I'll be back. Here, just to show you how this works, you should see start seeing a notification bar on the watch itself in a minute. Now while it's downloading this, I'm just going to actually show you, walk you around the watch a little bit. So you've seen the display. This is made of anodized aluminum, black. There's a single button, as I mentioned before. This is a more fancy, more expensive version, so it costs $199. There's a version that costs $150. and it's just standard brushed aluminum instead of this anodized black aluminum. Comes with a rubberized band, a standard design here, like this, as you can see. Pretty sure this is interchangeable using standard mounting hardware. In the back here, you can see there's a back plate that's like a brushed stainless steel with a window here with a plastic covering. That's where the Bluetooth antenna is located. It says do not immerse because obviously you don't want to get this wet. There's 4 screws to presumably access the insides. And now it has a lithium-ion battery, and as you can see there's a little rubber cap here hiding the port. It's standard micro USB charging port. Now, it doesn't get used for anything else. All the transfers happen via Bluetooth. But the only thing we didn't like was this little rubber piece. It's really flimsy. It comes off easily by accident, and it just doesn't have quite the quality of finish of everything else. You can see the inPulse logo here. Everything else is really high quality. I just got a notification. Actually, it wasn't a notification. It vibrated in my hand because it was finished uploading the app. So here's the Nixie clock, and as you can see, the upload is complete here on the phone. I just have to get back into the tools here. There's a bunch of options here. You can synchronize time, so it sent the time over. So again, this is kind of how you can get you can send a sample notification. Obviously it won't do anything because it's displaying the Nixie clock, but it did vibrate in my hand, which is kind of cool. So let me upload the default app again. The other thing I want to point out is that there is no other notifications right now beyond email, texts, and phone calls. Now they are working on Twitter integration. And as far as battery life goes, as you noticed earlier, I showed you this flimsy connector. That's how you charge the watch. And right now it's about a day's worth of battery life for about a 45-minute charge, which isn't bad at all. There's a monitoring screen here. If you hold the button when the time is displayed, and you hold it again, it'll show you, and it actually tells you how many hours it's been on, whether you have a Bluetooth connection, etc. It's kind of a debugging screen. And really this is what this is all about. This is not really, in our opinion, ready for prime time insofar that it's, for the price, it's very much a kind of sort of tech savvy. And the most important and exciting part of this device is actually the fact that there is an SDK available for you to write your own code that runs on the watch. It's coded in C. And of course to write your own code to run on Android and on computers. So you can run this on most Motorola phones are supported. Most of the I think all the Nexus phones are supported. Some other Android phones are supported. It really depends on what implementation of Bluetooth they feature. And as well as the Mac and PC if you have a Bluetooth stack and Linux. Blackberries are also supported. The company is Canadian originally and now in the US, and started out in Waterloo, which is BlackBerry RIM's neck of the woods. So that's basically it in a nutshell, the inPulse watch. Cheers.